Hi, good afternoon. I am David Arroque. I'm from UNAD University. This is the topic about materials design for face-to-face environments, and this is the final activity. We are supposed to make a video answering 3 questions. The first question say, how would you use a video to teach in face-to-face environments? Okay, I think it would be so useful to use a video in face-to-face environments. I think it depends on the topic that we are discussing in our lesson. But of course, nowadays there are many materials that we can find in internet. But of course, for example, if I'm teaching about present simple, what I would do is to find how to say topics related to present simple, for example, role plays or I don't know, maybe someone talking about that, but maybe I as a teacher should do that part. But I mean the student would find helpful to check the correct pronunciation of a native speaker. So I would use the video especially for the students to keep in mind the pronunciation. The second question is about what skills should we use to practice in using videos. I think that the skills that we practice more would be listening. Listening skills, I think, are the most important skills to practice in those kinds of activities. I mean, thanks to videos, we can understand or find how people from other countries speak. So I think it would be a good use. And thanks to videos, they would be practiced and improved. Of course, grammar skills could be also practiced by listening tutors or explanation from different topics of different tenses. And of course, a little bit of speaking also could be useful and practiced in those activities, but especially listening skills, I think, is the most useful skills to practice in those kinds of videos. Great. The third question is about 3 advantages and 3 disadvantages that we can find by using videos in the lessons in the classroom. Okay, let's start with the advantages. Well, I think that the first advantage that we can see is that we as teachers can use technology in our classroom. And I think it's so useful because students find it interesting and innovative. And I think that they would like it. And we also make the lessons a little bit different and more dynamic and with a lot of innovation. So I think the use of technology, in this case videos, it's a great advantage. Another advantage that I can see with the use of videos in the classroom is that students can develop the pronunciation. I think that pronunciation is one of the most important parts in learning and studying English. So I think that the pronunciation would be developed by listening and watching videos. And the third advantage that I see is that we can use those materials at any time, at any moment. I mean, for example, if I'm explaining something about a future, it could be easy to find something related to future and try to explain it in the moment that I need it. So I consider those are the 3 advantages I see in this section. Now let's move on to the second part of this question, that is the disadvantages. The first disadvantage that I see is that not all contents of the videos meet the needs of the lessons. I mean, of course, a video is an important tool, but it doesn't fill all the things that I want to explain to a student in a lesson. So sometimes the videos tend to be a little bit limited. So I think this is the first disadvantage that I see. And now let's see the second. Now let's see the second disadvantage. The second disadvantage that I see is that many institutions don't have access to internet or to technology devices to help them show videos. So it could be useful for some institutions, but it's a limited tool for a general community. And a third disadvantage that I see is that we cannot depend on technology all the time. I mean, the use of a video is of course important in a lesson, but we have to keep in mind that English is not only listening. There are other skills that we have to help students develop, for example, writing skills or grammar. So I consider that the overuse of videos could be a problem in the future. So I think that we cannot depend all the time on videos. Okay, I think it was all about these questions. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and see you next time. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.